Good morning, gentlemen and ladiesmen. Throughout the following announcement, please excuse some technically difficulties concerning word choice due to the fact that we are all absolute morons, I think. With that, welcome to Zionsville Fool's fall production of Community High School by Simon Neal. I mean Zionsville's Community High School's production of Fools by Neil Simon. Please take a moment to locate your cellular rectangle and turn the volume all the way up. You can turn that volume back down nice and loud during our 10-minute intermission. Please, no flash photography during the show, as our actors are afraid of lights. In addition, take one last moment to locate the nearest exit in the rare event of a fire or emergency. We didn't make a joke in that previous sentence because fire is very scary. Now, sit up, stress out, and tolerate the show.
Exactly as I pictured. Quiet, pleasant, not too large, the perfect place for a new schoolmaster to begin his career. Well, actually, I did spend 2 years in Moscow teaching tiny tots rudimentary spelling and math, but this here is my first bona fide teaching appointment as a full-time schoolmaster. And well, I never even heard of Kolyachikov until Dr. Zabritsky posted an ad in my college journal, and even though the job was in the remote Ukraine, I jumped at the chance, and I don't mind telling you that. My heart is pounding with excitement. I just have this passion for teaching. You know, Greek, Latin, astrology, classic literature. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. I don't see anyone around, though, so perhaps I arrived a little early. I am one of those extremely eager and enthusiastic people who's up at the crack of dawn ready to begin their work. This is a very, very auspicious day in my life.
The shepherd is looking for them, and when you find them, that they should tell you where I am, and I will come and rescue them. Thank you.
Wait, excuse me, but your name, please.
Snetsky.
And your first name?
How soon do you need that?
Well, you know what? Forget the first name.
I did.
Well, hi, I'm Leon Stefanovich Tolchinsky. I'm going to be the new schoolmaster.
Nice to meet you, Leon. I am something Snetsky. Will you be staying tonight?
No, you don't understand. Kolyachikov will be my new home. I'm going to live here and teach here, and if I may say so, I am an excellent teacher.
Oh, they all were. They came by the thousands, yet not one of them lasted through the night. Man, these things are hard to blow. I don't know how the sheep do it.
You've had thousands of teachers?
More. Hundreds! Well, stupid Kolyachikov. There isn't a town nor village more stupid in all of Mother Poland.
Russia.
Whatever. I'll give people 9 teachers. Not a decent friend among them.
So...
That felt good. I just opened up my ears. What were you saying?
So you're telling me that every man, woman, child are all more or less more than anything?
All stupid, including me. And 15 minutes more, you'll begin to notice.
Now, I was hired by Dr. Zabritsky to teach his young daughter.
Teach 19 years old. She doesn't even know how to sit down. It's impossible. 19 years old. She doesn't even know the difference between like a cow and a duck. Not that's an easy subject, mind you.
Okay, something is definitely up. You know, I didn't think much of it then, but when I first read the advertisement, I did notice that every word was misspelled. But I'm sure Dr. Zabritsky can explain all of this. Oh. Well, thank you, Citizen Snetsky. You have been most helpful. I enjoyed our chat.
As did I, Master Tolchinsky. You know, he's not the only one who can have private thoughts. I can have private thoughts as well. The only trouble is, I can never seem to think of a thought to have in private. Anyway, good day, Master Schoolmaster.
Well, I'm sure we'll meet again.
Yes, and if you do, just mention my name. Snetsky, the sheep loser! Bye.
And all's well.
Oh, it may have been all well to him. But I was beginning to have my doubts.
Good morning, postman! Good morning, butcher! A beautiful sunny day, isn't it?
Is it? I haven't looked up yet.
Oh, yes! Lovely! Very nice. Private mail.
I'm sorry. I'm the postman.
I have all the mail. My sister in Odessa hasn't been feeling well, and I was hoping I would hear from her.
It's very hard to hear all the way from Odessa. Perhaps she wrote a letter.
Oh, look!
Fresh fish! Nice fresh farmer harvest! I'm gonna be so glad.
Good morning, Angela.
Good morning. How about a nice piece of haddock? Isn't that
What do you mean, fish? Those are flowers.
They didn't catch anything today. Why should I suffer because the fisherman? Try the car. It's gorgeous. I don't have any letters from your sister, Slavich, but I do have a nice letter from the shoemaker's cousin. Would you like that?
Is she sick? I hate reading bad news.
No, in perfect health. Take it. You'll enjoy it. Can you believe my daughter hasn't written to me in over a year? Doesn't your daughter live with you? It's a good thing. Otherwise, I never hear from her.
Good morning! Hi, I'm Leon Stefan, Tolchinsky.
Mishkin, the postman! Slavish butcher!
Yerishna, the vendor.
Well, how do you do? I was just talking to a shepherd named Snetsky.
Oh, yes. Something Snetsky. We know him well.
Yes, a pleasant enough fellow, but I hope I don't seem unkind saying this. A little deficient in his mental alertness.
That's Snetsky, all right. He was kicked in the head by a horse.
Oh no, what a pity. When was that?
Tuesday, Wednesday, twice on Friday, and all day Saturday.
Well, what fragrant wares you have to sell, man? Perhaps I might buy some for my new employer. How much, please?
The flour is 2 kopecks, and the halibut is 3.
I beg your pardon?
Well, if that's too much, I have a nice white fish for 1.5.
Okay. different in this part of the country. Well, would one of you be so kind as to point me in the direction of Dr. Zabritsky's home?
That way!
Well, thank you. Perhaps I'll go in the one direction you haven't pointed to. Well, a pleasure meeting you all. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, have you found your sheep?
Not yet. Who was that?
The new school teacher!
Another one? I just met one 15 minutes ago. They must be having a convention here.
Can't use a cabbage over the hill. It's not gonna be driving back. That's right. Can't use a cabbage doesn't like new school teachers.
Why?
He's afraid they'll break.
The curse!
What curse?
The one that made us stupid since the day we were born.
No.
Yes, I have been stupid for 51 years. Oh, what about you, Snetsky?
I'll be done 23 next July.
And you, Slavich?
43 for me. What about you, Jensna?
I just turned the corner of 26.
That corner must be about 40 miles from here.
Is that right?
I don't know. Sounds good to me. Yes. Yes. Very interesting.
Then I'm in good health.
The best of health. You'll live to be 80.
80? I'm 79 now.
Well, you've got a wonderful year ahead of you.
That's good. I am a magistrate. I must keep up my strength. Law and order must be preserved.
Oh, did you want a prescription?
What for?
I don't know. Some people like prescriptions. Here, take this to the druggist, pick out something you like, and take it 3 times a day with a little water. Goodbye, sir.
Well, what do I owe you for?
Oh, forget it, forget it. If I ever go to medical school, you can send me a little something.
Okay, thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Nikolai? Oh,
He's come. He arrived about 2 minutes ago. He's young, he looks strong and determined. Maybe this will be the one, Nikolai. Maybe this will finally be our salvation.
Calm yourself, Linya. Who's come? Who's here? Who will be our salvation?
What do you call them? They come and we had one once, but no more.
Oh God, I know who you mean.
They have a place and then you go to the place.
And they point to you, and they say, or they ask if you...
And if you don't, they say, why didn't you? Next time I'll make you.
And he's outside?
He's just down the street.
Well, show him in. Show him in, Linya. Pray to God this will be the one to deliver us and all Koyenshikov from this dreadful, oh God, what do we have again?
Oh, I know what you mean. It sounds like nurse.
Nurse.
Or hearse.
Hearse.
Something like that.
Something like that. Or is it a knock?
We have a knock?
Yes, open the knock.
Oh.
The other way.
Won't you come in, young man?
Well, Dr. Zabritsky, Madam Zabritsky, I'm Leon Stefanovich Tolchinsky.
So, you're the new...
Oh, yes, I'm he.
It's he, Linya. The new...
But you look so young to be
Well, no, in time I think you will find that I am, if I may say so, an excellent young... I don't want to seem immodest.
Oh, no, please, be immodest. We love immodesty.
Yes, the more modesty, the better. The best young what? What?
Well, the best young teacher in all of...
A teacher! He's a teacher! The new teacher is here!
Thank God, the teacher is here!
Well, thank you. I'm most welcome to this warm and open reception.
Come inside, teacher. Make yourself at home, teacher. Take off your coat, teacher. Linya, bring the teacher a cup of tea. Sit down, teacher.
Would you like some tea, teacher? Maybe some paper and pens, teacher. Perhaps you'd like to start teaching right away. Teacher.
Well, no one is more eager than I am, but Madam Zabritsky, these are for you.
Oh, whitefish! I saw them on sale. Today. Thank you.
How can we help you?
Well, there are a few questions I wanted to ask you first.
Questions! That's what they ask when they point to you and you don't know. He knows. He knows what questions are. I can tell this is going to be a good one.
Master Tolchinsky, would you be so kind as to ask us a question? Any question at all?
Well, yes, of course. Well, there is questions and then there is question. Would you like a question on mathematics? Perhaps a question on science, or maybe even a philosophical question?
The first one, the philosophical question. Ask us that one.
Very well. What is the purpose of man's existence?
What a question. Linya, did you ever hear such a beautiful
I'm
question?
speechless to think somebody would ask us a question like that.
Well, aren't you interested in the answer?
Oh, not today, thank you. To ask a question like that in our lifetimes is more than we ever expected. The answer should be given to someone much more worthy than we are.
It's everyone's birthright.
Everyone not born in Koyenshikov.
Well, I don't understand.
Oh, you would if you knew about the nurse.
The nurse?
Not the nurse, the hearse.
He means the purse.
Well, what kind of purse?
The kind of purse that inflicts the wrath of God upon all those souls that were unfortunate enough to be born in this pitiful village.
Do you mean perhaps a curse?
Curse! That's what it is! I knew it sounded like that.
We were so close, so close.
Well, what is this curse you speak of, Dr. Zabritsky?
Linya, bolt the door, draw the curtains.
I can't draw curtains. I could draw a cat or a fish.
Never mind that. Lower your voice.
How low do you want my voice?
That's low enough. Bring the book. It's on the shelf. Young man, have you ever heard of the curse of Koyenshikov?
Well, no, I can't say that I have.
You can't say that? That's not hard. Even Linya can say that.
The curse of Koyenshikov.
What is the curse?
200 years ago, a curse was placed on this village that struck down every man, woman, child, and domestic animal, including all of their ancestors for generations to come, leaving each and every one of them with, and to this you'll find hard to believe, no more intelligence than a bump on a log.
Dr. Zabritsky, I do not believe in curses. Curses are old wives' tales.
Oh, you're thinking of Noitchka. In Noitchka, all the old wives have tails. That was their curse. Ours is altogether different.
Who would inflict such a cruel punishment on such a peaceful and simple village?
Who indeed? It's all documented here in the Book of Curses. I thought you said you dusted this.
I did. I put dust on it yesterday.
Here, read it for yourself. The page is marked.
Oh, it's all stuck together.
We marked it with maple syrup. Read it to us.
Well, on the morning of April 11th in the year 1691, in the village of Kulyachikov, two young people fell hopelessly in love.
I knew it! Whenever young people fall in love, you know a curse is coming.
But surely you've heard all of this before.
Many times. We never understand it. It's a very well thought out curse.
Well, the boy was a handsome but illiterate farmer named Kazimir Yusukevich. The girl was the daughter of the most learned man in town, Nikolai Zubritsky.
Zubritsky! I've heard that name before.
I've seen it. On a front door somewhere. In this neighborhood.
It's on your front door. Your name is Zubritsky?
Wait a minute. That means that the young man in the curse may possibly be related to our front door!
Mind you, I'm dealing with the intelligent ones now. I continue! The young girl's name was Sophia Zubritsky. Doctor, may I ask the name of your young daughter?
Sophia.
Sophia. Sophia Zubritsky, the name identical to the girl in the curse over 200 years ago.
I can't believe it, unless our daughter's been lying about her age.
Well, the match was doomed from the start. When Sophia's educated father learned that young Casimir was illiterate, he forbade Sophia ever to see Casimir again. 6 months later, Sophia married a young student, and that winter, Casimir, distraught and despondent, took his life by plowing his own grave and planting himself in it. And upon hearing of his son's death, Casimir's father, Vladimir Yusukevich...
Trouble.
Casimir's father, Vladimir Yusukevich...
Trouble.
Casimir's father, Vladimir Yusukevich...
Trouble.
Who caused people to tremble at the mention of his name.
Next time, don't mention his name.
Casimir's father, Vladimir Yusukevich...
Trouble!
And so, sometimes known as a sorcerer because of his ability to summon the powers of the devil himself, brought all his wrath and fury down upon Kuyenchikov.
Here it comes.
A curse! A curse upon all who dwell in Kuyenchikov, he cried out. May the daughter of Nikolai Zubritsky, murderer of my only son, be struck down by the ignorance that caused my son's death. May stupidity engulf her brain, may incompetence encumber her facilities, may common sense become uncommon, and may reason become unreasonable. May her children be cursed as well. May all their children be cursed for eternity. May all who live in Kuyenchikov be born in ignorance and die in ignorance, unable to leave this cursed village until my final vengeance has been satisfied.
That explains why the train doesn't stop here.
I'll be honest with you. My initial impulse was to panic. Even my secondary impulse was to panic. To educate is one thing, but to break curses is another.
Excuse me, Master Tolchinsky, are you all right?
Yes, I was just thinking.
Linya, he was thinking.
He was thinking?
What's it like?
You mean you don't know what thinking is?
Well, I don't, and she certainly doesn't.
You know, thinking. What enables us to make decisions.
Decisions? No, I don't think we're capable of that.
Surely you know what you want.
Oh dear God, yes. We desperately want someone to help us. Not so much for us. We've already lived our lives. But for your child, our sweet daughter Sophia.
Did you not hear what you just said?
No, I wasn't listening.
You decided to help your young daughter. It was a decision. You think.
No, I don't think so. It just came out.
Yes, out of your head. The center of thoughts. And, well, if it's possible to have even one infinitesimal, insignificant thought, then it's possible to turn those thoughts into ideas, and those ideas into creativity, and that creativity into comprehension, and finally, supreme intelligence.
Would I be able to open up jars? I have terrible trouble opening jars.
Be patient, Leo. Not everything in life comes easy. Patience. We will work to break this curse, I promise you, by the painstaking everyday task of education. I should like to start with your young daughter, Sophia.
Sophia?
Yes, it occurs to me that since the curse over 200 years ago began with the young Sophia Zubritsky, the answer may lie in her direct descendant. May I see her, please?
Not from here. She's up in her room. We would have to send for her.
Do what the schoolmaster asks.
She may be taking her singing lessons now.
Oh, she takes singing lessons from whom?
A canary. He does the best he can.
No words, mind you, just the tunes.
I understand. Miss Britsy, will you please?
Remember, sweetheart, up the stairs and to the left. You'll find her a most delicate, sensitive girl, not like the others in the village. She has so many interests, always occupied.
Oh, occupied with what?
Oh, she likes to do things, interesting things, like touching things. Wood, metal, paper. She likes drinking. Water.
Master Tolchinsky, may I present to you our daughter, Sophia Irina Elena Zubritsky. Sophia, this is the new schoolmaster, Leon Tolchinsky.
Well, Mr. Britsky. Is that my breath that was just taken away? Is that vision before me even human, or have I too been cast under the spell? I've never felt such a stirring beneath my breast. She is your pupil, Leon, not the object of your dormant feelings of passion. Well, excuse me.
Do you know what he was just doing, Sophia? He was thinking. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, Mama.
Papa. She is Mama, and I am Papa.
Mr. Britsky, will you please sit down?
She did it! Oh, wasn't that a beautiful sit?
Yes! Certainly! Lovely! Miss Zubritsky, may I call you Sophia?
Sophia.
It's your name, sweetheart.
Say yes, darling. Say yes. You may call me Sophia.
Please, you must allow the girl to speak for herself. I should very much like to be your friend, and would it please you if I called you Sophia?
It's been so long since she's taken a test.
I think she wants to say something.
I would be very pleased to have you call me Sophia.
There you are.
Oh, we're so proud, so proud.
Well, Sophia, I have traveled a very long way to help you with your education, and under normal circumstances, I have every reason to believe that you have the powers to be an extremely bright and intelligent young woman. But, for some reason or another, there's been a cloud put over these powers, and it's my every intention to lift that cloud so that enlightenment may once more shine through those bright, beautiful, blue eyes. But I will need your help, Sophia. Will you lend me that help?
Yes. You may call me Sophia!
She did it again. That's 2 in a row.
Be firm, Leo.
Okay. I should like to start with a few very simple questions. Nothing too strenuous. I wouldn't want to be the cause of any furrow or frown on that fair face of yours. So, Sophia, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color?
Well, yes, Sophia, what is your favorite color?
Why is he being so hard on her? This is not a university.
Well, is it a blue or red, orange, green, purple, anything at all?
I used to know that one.
My favorite color
Yes.
is yellow.
Oh, yellow. Her favorite color is yellow. Why, Sophia? Why is yellow your favorite color?
Because it doesn't stick to your fingers as much.
I think she's wrong. I thought it was blue that doesn't stick to your fingers as much.
Well, there's a certain logic to her answer, and the fact that that logic escapes me completely does not alter the fact that she has something in mind. Moving on. Sophia, if you could have one wish, what would you wish for? Do you know what a wish is?
Yes, a wish is something you hope for that doesn't come true.
Well, not exactly, but if you could make a wish that did come true, what would you wish for?
What would I wish for?
Well, yes, Sophia, what would you wish for?
I would wish that I could fly like a bird to soar over buildings and trees, to float on the wind and be carried far away. over mountains and lakes, over forests and rivers, to meet people in other villages, to see what the world is like, to know all the things I shall never know because they must always remain here, in this place.
Sophia, that was the most beautiful wish I've ever heard. Well, don't you see what her wish means? To fly over lakes and mountains, to sever the chains that hold her to ignorance. I mean, she craves knowledge. And I promise you this, that I, Leon Stefanovich Tolchinsky, will work to break this curse and educate Sophia Zubritsky.
If you could do that, schoolmaster, I'd be in your debt forever.
She touches me so. She has such a kind and pure heart. Well, I should like to start right away. What subject would you like to begin with, Sophia?
I should like to begin with, languages.
Oh, languages! Of course, even I should have thought of that. What language would you like to begin with?
Rabbit, I think.
Rabbit?
A very hard language, rabbit. Hardly anyone speaks it anymore.
As long as she gets in a few phrases, it's enough to begin with.
Am I through for today?
Yes.
Then I shall go to my room.
Oh, watch how she gets up from the chair. Watch, you didn't see it. Sophia, do it again.
No. It's fine. She's much past getting up from chairs.
They're so much brighter than in our day.
Until tomorrow, schoolmaster.
Oh, never before have I looked forward to a morning as much as tomorrow's.
I think you're the most beautiful school teacher I've ever seen, Master Tolchinsky. I've prayed in a despair of Kolenchikov, and that you will stay with us forever.
She found the door, she found the door!
I've never seen Sophia so radiant. Lydia, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm not even thinking what I'm thinking. What are you talking about?
I think our Sophia has taken a liking to the new schoolmaster.
Oh, well, Dr. Zubritsky, if that is true, then standing before you is the happiest man on the happiest planet in the universe. Well, tell me, is she spoken for?
Spoken for?
Yes, does she have any suitors, any young man desperately in love with her?
We don't talk of such things.
Why not?
There's no one at all. Not even him.
Him?
Oh, he didn't mean him. He meant somebody else who isn't him.
Well, who is it? I must know. It's of the utmost importance to me, isn't it?
No.
If I told you who him was, you must promise never to say it was I who told you it was him.
I promise.
Have you ever heard of Count Gregor of Kolenchikov?
No, I can't say that I have.
You can't say that? That's not hard.
No.
You can say that.
No,
Count
I can say it, but who is Count Gregor?
He's, one of them. The one who put the nurse on us.
A Yusukevich.
The last of his line.
Well, tell me about him and Sophia.
He proposes marriage twice a day.
Twice a day?
6:15 in the mornings, 7:20 at nights.
Is that how much he cares for her?
He cares only for avenging his ancestors. If Zubritsky marries Yusukevich, they will be satisfied and the nurse will be over.
Well, how does Sophia feel about all this?
She has said no for many years, but I fear she can't resist much longer. The poor girl just wants to sleep in late one morning.
Well, if it is a rival I have, then I'm more determined than ever to beat him. And thank you both for your faith in me. I shall arrive tomorrow at exactly 8 o'clock, and tomorrow the education of Sophia Zubritsky begins. In all of my excitement, I forgot to ask you, what about lodgings?
Oh, don't you worry. We'll be very comfortable right here.
Of course you will.
Master Tolchinsky, please, ask us again. The question. It makes us feel important.
Yes, of course. What is the purpose of man's existence?
Oh, I'm all choked up again. I'm sorry I asked.
Wait a minute. I think I know what the answer is.
What are you talking about?
It's true. The first time I heard it, I didn't understand. But now, suddenly, something came to me. I know my limitations, but still, I think I really know the answer. Oh my god, what if I'm right?
Well, tell me! Tell me, Dr. Zubritsky, tell me what you think it is!
I think it's 12. It's wrong. I can tell by the look on your face. 14.
I think you've missed the point.
It's less than 100. Even I'm not that stupid. 83. 46.
You know what? Don't think too much about it. Get a good night's sleep. you both tomorrow morning.
Why couldn't you leave well enough alone? Why must you have answers? Aren't questions beautiful enough?
12!
But what if I was right? I could have sold the answer. We could have made a fortune.
That's it. I'm leaving. We'll get you caught up. I might as well say goodbye now. Thought I could say prayers first, but no one at least said letter. Now,
Schoolmaster!
Sophia? Where are you?
Down here. I had to see you once more.
What are you doing? Oh, the night air with our breath and come down with the chill.
I never catch colds.
You don't?
I tried. I've just never learned how to do it.
Well, be grateful. There are some things not worth knowing.
I know that something has happened a long time ago that prevents me from knowing what happened a long time ago. If only you knew me the way I might have been instead of the way I am.
But if you were not the way that you are, then I would not come to help you become the way you might have been. Forgive me to think like her.
Could you ever care for someone who never became the way I might have been?
Someone who never became the way they might have been. Well, I see what you mean. Yes, I could. I would, I shall, I have, I do.
Is that rabbit you're speaking is hard to follow?
Well, if it sounds like gibberish, that's because you do that to me, Sophia. When words come from the heart, they tend to trip over the tongue.
Then I must watch where I walk when you speak. I must go. Everything rests on tomorrow.
And if not tomorrow, then tomorrow after tomorrow. And all the tomorrows for the rest of my life, if that's what it takes.
No, it all rests on tomorrow. If we fail, we shall never see each other again.
Never see each other again. What do you mean?
I never know what I mean. I do have thoughts, but they seem to disappear before they reach my lips.
If I ever reached your lips, I would never kiss you.
Would you like to kiss me?
With all of my heart.
No, I never do lips.
Well, you better kiss me.
Hurry, hurry!
I'm climbing as fast as I can. Sophia? Where did you go?
Up here!
I'd be halfway home by now. You stay there, I'll come to you.
All right.
Get the hang of it after a while.
Here I am.
My kiss, sweet Sophia.
As we kissed, I felt a strange flutter in my heart.
As did I.
You felt a strange flutter in my heart as well. How alike we are! Oh, your hair. It's so much shorter. I must go. I'm about to fall asleep and I want to get to bed in time.
I know the dangers of loving such a simple soul. It means a lifetime of blissful passion. Very short conversations at breakfast. Yes, I'd best find some comfortable lodgings.
Was that you?
I beg your pardon?
Were you the one that made that terrible sound?
No, Stetson, that was a thunder and lightning, and it's caused by pressure changes in the atmosphere.
Well, whoever did is going to make Count Yusikevich very angry at us.
Count Yusikevich.
Yes, he's the man. He lives up there. And when he gets angry at us, he throws water down on us.
No, Snetsky, that's rain. Rain.
Umbrellas for sale! Get your umbrellas before he throws the water.
condensed moisture in the clouds.
You can tell that to these fools. I was a substitute teacher.
What's going on? What's all the racket?
I knew it. I knew he would throw water on us today. Every time I wash my cow, you know he's gonna throw water.
Michigan, would you perhaps know of a place for me to stay?
Uh-oh. It's time for Count ZCHS to propose again.
This could be the day when yes from her and we can all be smart again.
You mean you want Sophia to marry him?
Well, not of course she doesn't want to. But it would be nice to remember my first name again.
That's such a terrible sacrifice to ask of her.
What kind of sacrifice? To live in a big house up on the hill, to eat little macarons whenever you want, to have a maid brush your teeth in the morning.
Yes, but does she love him?
I beg your pardon?
Does she love him?
We don't have any of that here.
Have me what?
Love, that's part of the curse.
Right, I don't understand.
I hear him coming. You'd better leave, schoolmaster. He doesn't like people around. Oh!
Yes. Is it true? There is no love in Kuyachikov.
I wouldn't know. My late husband's been gone almost 14 years.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a long time to be late. I wish you were dead.
Sophia can't love me. I'm heartbreaking new cold sweat just thinking about it. Okay, I'm going to eat you.
Sophia! Sweet! Sophia! Time to wake up my pretty one, time to get proposed to. She's asleep. Perhaps a pebble will awaken her. Who did that? It is I, Count ZCHS. Good evening, sir. I've come to propose. Well, you're a little late. I'm married almost 26 years. I'm out here, Linya. What did you want?
Some bandages. My feet are bleeding. Who are you talking to?
It is I, Madam Zabritsky, Count ZCHS. I've come to propose to Sophia.
Oh, she's busy throwing water on the drapes. They're on fire.
The drapes are on fire?
I had to light something. I couldn't find my candle.
Papa, what's going on?
Oh, did we wake you, darling?
No, I was reading by the light of the drapes.
Must be crazy marrying this family. Count ZCHS has come to propose. Go ahead, Count ZCHS. Can we be alone? Oh, no, I think Sophia should hear this too. Very well. Will you marry me, Sophia?
Oh, this is so romantic. I just wish my feet weren't bleeding.
I'm sorry, Count ZCHS, but marriage is a very great step to take, and I do not wish to make it while I do not have the intelligence to know what I am stepping into. Good night, sir. Good night, Mama. Good night, Papa.
Oh, good night, son. When you do reading, remember, cut out the drapes.
I do not give up easily. I'll be back in the morning. Good evening, Your Grace.
Good night, Grace.
Ah, watch what you're doing. You're burning my mustache.
Ow! Ow!
Having them for in-laws is a curse worse than a curse.
Oh, and pray God it never happens.
Who's that? Who said that? Come on, I say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just passing by.
I know who you are. You're the new schoolmaster that's come here in a pathetic attempt to break the curse of Kuyachikov.
As I just witnessed your pathetic attempt to win Sophia.
Everyone's a critic. The curse can only be broken if you can educate her, which you can't.
Or if she marries me.
Which she won't! So, why don't you go after some other girls?
Because Sophia is beautiful. Did you ever see the other girls in the village? They look like me.
You know, for a man so powerful, you have an inordinate lack of self-esteem. I'm sorry for you, good day.
Not good day, one day.
I beg your pardon?
Were you not aware that if at the end of one brief day you do not succeed to raise her intellect, you must be gone from our village? To remain for even 1 second past the allotted time means you will fall victim to the curse yourself! I love that part.
I will not believe such nonsense. Threaten me all you like, sir, but I quite frankly love Sophia Zabritsky.
Love? There's no love in Kulyenchikov, it's all part of the curse.
What part?
You have 1 day to find that out, sir. 1 single day. 25 measly hours.
24!
What?
There's 24 hours in a day.
I believe you're thinking of February, sir.
But is that true? If I can't educate Sophia in 24 hours, then she can never love me?
Leon!
Oh, Sophia, what is it?
I must speak with you. Someplace where we'll not be seen.
Oh, yes, wherever.
Can you meet me here?
Yes, when?
Now.
Oh, yes, of course, I'm there now.
Hurry, Leon, hurry. It's of the utmost importance. I overheard your conversation with the Count. Leon, I cannot be taught. You must leave Kulyenchikov at once.
But never without you.
Then take me with you tonight.
But the curse.
It cannot be broken. But we can live in the swamp and eat ground roots and I'll become old and ugly and more stupid and more ignorant and never love you. But at least we'll be together.
Meanwhile, it's not exactly what I had in mind.
Near loss.
No, Sophia. Tomorrow, I will break this curse and save everyone in Kulyenchikov.
Leon, I wish I could love you.
You will. Tomorrow, I promise.
Until tomorrow.
I wish you'd sleep in the kitchen.
Leon, come back. Hurry, hurry.
What is it?
I can't sleep. I'm so frightened.
Oh, well, don't be frightened.
If I can know the feeling of loving you for even just 1 day, I will endure 100,000 years of curses. Good night, Leon. May God bless you and keep you.
You know, she asks not to be loved, but to know how to give her love on to another. I think I have stumbled into a very, very special place here in Kulyenchikov, full of love. And, well, I love Snetsky and Mishkin and Yenchna and maybe even Count Yusukevich. So I pray to God that he gives me the strength to break this curse and to get up and down that balcony. And well, I urge you to give the thoughts a matter, to give your thoughts a matter as well. Because after all, you are all within the bounds of Kulyenchikov, so for my sake and yours, I pray to God that I break this curse.
Leon, I forgot to tell you something.
Tomorrow, Sophia, I can't take any more news tonight.
Savage, any news?
About what?
What about the curse, of course?
How would I know?
Well, let's check the newspaper.
Oh, good idea. Ugh, it rained last night.
Where does it say that?
I can feel it. The paper's wet.
Your dog did that.
No, he's housebroken. He really does it inside the house.
Come, Lydia, let us pray. Pray for deliverance. Dear Lord, who art in heaven, we are in Kuyinchikov and we are in trouble.
We are a simple people, dear Lord.
But we're not so simple that we don't believe in you.
Forgive us our sins, dear Lord.
We know not what we do because we know not what we do. God bless us. God bless our daughter. God bless the schoolmaster. And God bless yourself, whoever you are. Amen. Oh, is that the door?
No, I think it was someone knocking.
Well, answer it. It must be the schoolmaster. Sophia, it's time. Wake yourself up. Give yourself a nudge. The other way.
Do you know what time it is?
10 till 6.
8:15?
8:45.
Oh, we don't have a clock.
Pick any time you want. 10:20, 11:40. Is there something in there you like?
You don't understand. Yesterday, County Commissioner said I exactly 24 hours to break this curse. I arrived here exactly 9 a.m. today. It's 8 o'clock now. That leaves me 1 hour. Not even 1 hour. I just wasted an entire minute explaining you how to solve it. Oh my God. Help me.
What a shame. You just missed him. We finished services 2 minutes ago.
Well, hurry up. Get Sophia. We can't waste another moment.
Listen, I hear footsteps coming downstairs now.
Good morning, Mama. Good morning, Papa. Good morning, Schoolmaster.
And looking more radiant than ever.
Where shall we sit?
Doctor, I am afraid I will need Sophia's full concentration today, so I must ask the parents to leave the room.
Oh, by all means, we'll see to it that you're not disturbed. Goodbye, Sophia.
Goodbye, my little angel.
Do as the schoolmaster tells
We'll
you.
be praying for you every minute.
If you succeed, schoolmaster, give us the signal by tapping on the window 3 times quickly, followed by 2 times shortly.
Followed by 6 long ones.
If you fail, give us the signal by tapping 7 times quickly,
Followed by 3 times slowly.
if you want lunch.
Will you please?
Please. We're going.
Something doesn't feel right. I can feel it in my bones.
He can hear you. Lower your voice.
I'm a mother. I know about these things. Why do you tell it to me later?
Sophia. Last night I realized that the task before us is one step beyond impossible, and that I would fail, and I would have to leave Kuyinchikov. But today, looking into your eyes, I know there is no life for me without you. And therefore we cannot afford to despair. We must work our best to break this curse, but we will need a miracle, but with a supreme, majestic effort we can get that miracle.
What is a miracle?
A miracle is a wish that God makes. You are a miracle.
You mean God wished for me?
Yes, in one of his most sublime moments. Okay, we must waste no more time. Okay, this is a primary book on mathematics. It's used to teach very small children very simple tasks in arithmetic.
Do you think it's too advanced for me?
No, we can't go much farther back than this, so well, let us begin. 1 is the word, the number, the symbol for a single item. 1 book, 1 Leon, 1 Sophia. Okay, now Sophia, I'm holding up 1 finger. Now I am holding up a 2nd finger. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Do you understand?
Which part?
That 1
That 1.
plus 1
Plus 1
is 2.
is 2.
Yes. Yes. Yes! Woo! I am very, very proud of you, Sophia. We are making headway. Slow, invisible headway. Are you ready to move on?
Yes. History, please. I hope I can master it as well as I have mathematics.
Well, I do not think we have quite conquered mathematics yet, so well, there's problems that have come up. So let us continue. Do you remember the answer to 1 plus 1?
I remembered it before. Is it necessary to remember it again?
Yes, it is necessary to remember it for all time.
You mean you will always be asking me what 1 plus 1 is?
No, but once you know the answer to 1 plus 1, we can move on to things like 1 plus 2 and 2 plus 2. But if you don't know the answer to 1 plus 1, then the answer to 2 plus 1 is meaningless.
Do you know what 1 plus 1 is?
Certainly.
Then, why is it necessary for me to know? Certainly, if you have such esteem and affection for me, you will give me the answer whenever I ask it.
But I will not always be there to give you the answer. You must be able to answer it for yourself in case someone asks you.
People here never ask questions like that, even if I told them if it was right or not.
Yes, because they are cursed with ignorance, and we are trying to lift that debilitating affliction.
You're getting angry. What's the point of being educated if you get angry? When you didn't ask me such questions, you always said the loveliest of things to me. Is this what it's like to be intelligent?
No. Sophia, it's I who am not being intelligent. It is frustration and impatience and anger that drives me to such, well, crude behavior. Maybe start over. Okay. One plus 1 is 2. Repeat.
1 plus 1 is 2. Repeat.
No, don't repeat the word repeat. Just repeat what I say before the word repeat. Okay. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. Repeat.
What were you like as a little boy?
I like as a little boy.
You're shouting again.
I was probing, inquisitive, wondering why we were put on this earth and what the purpose of man's existence was.
The purpose of man's existence?
Sophia, I've had quite enough of that. You must stop asking me questions.
Then how am I to learn?
You just answer what I ask, not what you want me to answer.
Then I will only learn what you want me to know. Why can't I learn what I want to know?
Because what you want to know is of no practical value, but what I want to teach you is acceptable knowledge.
Is knowing what you were like as a little boy not acceptable knowledge?
Certainly not. It's of no significance at all.
But it's much more interesting than that which is significant.
I'm not trying to interest you. I am trying to educate you.
I know, but while you fail to educate me, you never fail to interest me. I find that very significant.
Well, there is nothing like the logic of an illogical mind. Maybe start over again. Okay.
She must be speaking rather like a bunny by now.
What's this going to take? I haven't sold a sausage all morning.
Good morning, Dr. Zubritsky.
What's going on?
I think he's teaching her gymnastics.
Dr. Zubritsky, I have an urgent letter for Schoolmaster Kolchinsky.
Quiet, please. This is a school zone.
I have an important letter for him. It's marked urgent, so I only went to 3 wrong houses first.
Can't you see he's busy? Bring it back later.
I don't like the way this is going. I just don't like the way this is going.
Let us pray. Let us pray to the Lord that this young man will deliver us from bondage. Let us ask for his blessing. Very religious on this side, semi-religious on the other. Quiet, everyone. The schoolmaster has something to say. Oh, Lord, please let this be the answer to our prayers.
Amen!
Amen!
So, is my daughter, empty or full?
She is the same as always, but I must ask this of you quickly because I do not have much time. I would like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. I ask this of you now while I still love her, because in a minute I may not even know what the word means. So, when the church steeple strikes 9, I pray to God that you will have an answer for me.
He's a nice young man. Very ambitious. I'll give him that. I don't know. Lydia, what do you think?
If the man can't break a simple curse, how is he going to put bread on the table?
And what about Tremble?
Who?
Tremble! You know, up on the hill, the one who throws the water.
Michigan's right. The curse would never allow it.
Wait, there is one chance. If a stranger marries a Kolyachikavite before he becomes like us, then he is free to take her away from here.
Well, I didn't know that.
It was added to the curse 2 years ago to make it more exciting.
You'd have never
Doctor, please give your permission.
If you don't give it to her, give it to me.
I don't know. It's a decision. I can't make decisions. Let's leave it to God. Let God make the decision.
Leon, what are you doing?
Having my last thoughts. One final, pleasurable moment of reason.
Then I was right. A wish is something you hope for that doesn't come true.
No. Sophia, I'm sorry. I can't help you soar over lakes and mountains, but I will not leave you. I will remain in Kuyanchikov for the rest of my days, not basking in the light of your beauty, but cowering in the darkness of my own ignorance. For that is the measure of my esteem and affection for you.
I would do anything to save you from this calamity. Anything! Run, Leon, run for your life! There are ignorant girls in other villages you could learn to love!
Sophia, listen to me as I say this, because I may never say these words again. I love you with all of my heart.
Listen, the church bell.
I just might never say this again.
Time's up!
Save me. Remember what I say forever.
I know the feeling.
The way that I gaze lovingly into your eyes as I do now.
Oh, say it, husband. Give them permission to marry. Quickly!
All the love that I would have given you must be compressed into a final decision.
Yes, I'll do it. I'll go in there and get my commission right now.
Goodbye, Sophia. I did not love you long, but I love you well.
I'll just wait, see what time it is first.
Okay. I want you to tell everyone in Kuyanchikov that I may...
9 o'clock
Wonderful news, Master Tolchinsky.
Mama, Papa, everyone, schoolmaster has something he would like to say. Let us all listen. Leon, didn't you want to say something?
Yes, but you said we should all listen.
He's got a look on his face. I've seen it before.
Say what you've got on your face.
No, I meant we will all listen while you tell us what you have to say.
Oh, well, thank you. Actually, I don't have much to say.
Well, there's no fool like a new fool.
Young man, do you still want to marry my daughter?
Marry your daughter? Oh, no, sir. You do me too great an honor.
I knew he'd never make it when he bought that whitefish for me.
All right, everyone. Let's keep it moving. You've all seen a name before. Let's go. Moving along.
If you ever want this urgent letter, just let me know. Not that anything in your life is urgent anymore.
Sophia, go in the garden and plant some vegetables. We'll have salad tonight for dinner.
So, young man, what are your plans now that everything has fallen apart at the top?
Well, the absence of thought will take some getting used to.
You might try politics. You sound very well suited for it.
Oh, no, this is an old suit. If I went into politics, I'd have to buy all new clothes.
This is just one doctor's opinion, but when you catch a curse, you really catch a curse. Don't stay up too late. I want you to go on the roof later and take the canary for a walk.
Sophia, were we in the middle of a lesson? What were we saying?
You said that you loved me and that I should savor it and keep it as a memory, because then you would not love me ever again. Do you not love me now, Leon?
Love you? Oh, I'm not quite sure what the word means. Perhaps if you kiss me, would you like to?
With all my heart.
No, I meant
I know what you meant. Leon, the less you know, the better you kiss.
The better I kiss, the more brilliant I become. Sophia, look at me. Look at me and tell me what you see.
I see a very good kisser. Dirty my mother's sofa.
Well, no. You see a man of intellect inspired by love. I'm not cursed. I'm only pretending to be stupid.
You pretended to be stupid.
Oh, yes.
That doesn't sound very intelligent to me.
It will soon, I promise.
But the curse.
Well, it had no effect on me. Mind you, I was plenty worried, especially when the church didn't strike 9, but I realized something. You cannot be cursed unless you permit yourself to be. Kolyenchikov's ignorance is entirely self-inflicted, caused by relinquishing your self-esteem to a tyrannical power. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Everything. But the explanation.
Okay. If you spend your whole life being told you are a naughty child, you will grow up thinking you are a horrible person. And from the day you were all born, you were told that you were stupid. Now do you understand?
Not as well as before.
Perhaps it's easier said, but you must be shown. So, standing over there, I came upon a plan to break the curse and to save everyone in Kolyenchikov.
What is it?
You must marry a Yusakevich.
Are you still pretending to be stupid?
No, I don't mean Count Gregor.
Thank goodness you had me brain tapped to death.
You will marry me. I will be a Yusakevich. Do you understand?
Don't ask me that question anymore.
No, Sophia. Tomorrow, there will be a wedding. Tomorrow, we will break this curse. Tomorrow, you will be intelligent. Tomorrow, you will love me.
Could I have a kiss just to tide me over?
Of course, Sophia.
I'm so excited, Leon. Tonight, I will clear all of the nonsense out of my head to make room for all of the new knowledge coming in. I love rearranging things.
Well, now I must go set my plan into motion. I'm off to find Count Yusakevich.
Was he just talking about me? You like him, don't you? Better than me, right? Admit it! I would give up all my welcome powers if I could be the hero. I wouldn't have to wear this dumb outfit. People would applaud when I come on. You're not even listening to me, are you? All you care about is getting those two kids together. I hope it's raining when you leave here.
Oh! Count Yusakevich! Oh, do you remember me? Something Tolchinsky.
Listen, this conversation. What is it, something?
Well, I couldn't help but overhear, and even though I've lost most of my intelligence.
All of it?
All of it? It does make me sad to know you are so unhappy.
Well, it's easy for you to say you don't like me either, do you?
Well, I don't dislike you.
But do you like me?
No, not much.
You see?
Well, it's because you never do anything redeeming. Why not?
I don't know. When I was a child, my father taught me that if you want to hold your power over these people, you must never be nice to them. Always make them fear and tremble.
Did you like your father?
Well, it was alright, I guess.
You didn't like him, did you?
Don't tell anyone. When I was 9 months old, I tried to crawl away from home.
Well, don't you see? The key to being liked is to do something redeeming for the village. Well, can't you think of anything at all to do for the village?
Do you mean like a barbecue?
Well, it's a start. But I was thinking of something on a much grander scale. Perhaps, say, lifting the curse.
How can I? I won't be lifted unless Sophia marries me.
Or another Yusakevich.
There is none. Last of the line.
What if you would have a son?
But I'm not even married. I may be a villain, but I will fool around. Maybe that's why I'm so unhappy.
Well, you know, you don't have to be married to have a son. You could adopt.
Adopt a son? Who?
Me?
You.
Well, yes. You know, I'm single, ready and willing. We can go sign the adoption papers right now.
I've always wanted a son. Someone to take on fishing trips.
You know, I never really had a father.
No, my boy Leon, I'd spoil you like anything.
That's okay, Dad.
And then people would like you, wouldn't they?
Yes, of course. Look at them now. They're smiling.
Oh, yes, I see. Oh, God bless you, you know what this means to me.
Well, come on, let's go sign those adoption papers and notify Sophia's family. Are you ready, Dad?
Let me just watch them smiling at me again. Thank you, all of you. Maybe we can all get lunch together next week. In the meantime, you're all invited to my son's wedding. The first thing I'm going to do is have your shoes brushed.
What's that?
Supposedly it's a curse and I thought I was really stupid in the first place.
They're coming. Quiet, everybody. I have sponge cake in the oven.
Okay, now remember, if I appear stupid, it is only because I am pretending. It is all part of the plan.
You must be very proud of him.
He's been my son for 10 minutes. He's never given me a moment of trouble.
I hope she remembers to give me her change of address.
We are gathered here today, dear friends, to witness the joining of two souls in holy matrimony. Now, it is only with the goodwill and generous benevolence of our dear friend the Count that makes this blessed union possible.
Thank you, Count.
Will the groom please step before me?
That's you, mein Kind, Tom?
And will the bride please step forward?
Oh, no, Sophia. He means the bride. The bride.
What's the matter with you?
Leon, your plate was brilliant.
Thank you, Sophia.
And who giveth away this bride?
I give away this bride.
Why do you giveth away this bride?
Because he asketh me for her, and I noddeth my head, and he taketh her.
Do you, Leon, son of Count Gregor Mikhailovich Breznovsky Fyodor Yusuf?
No, you don't have to do it today. It's a holiday.
Thank you.
Do you, Leon, take Sophia to have and to hold from this day on?
I have.
No, I do.
You do?
No. You do.
He will. He does. Say it.
He will, he does. I said it!
Don't say what I say. Say what he says.
What did he say?
I do, just say I do.
Oh, well, my papa says I do.
I'm beginning to hate this curse, I swear to God.
And to you, Sophia, take Leon, in sickness and in health, for better or for worse, for as long as you both shall live.
I do.
But with a brain like that, she couldn't have anybody.
The ring, please.
I have it. The ring that Casimir Zionsville was going to place on the young Sophia 200 years ago.
What an onion!
Place the ring on the finger. Her finger.
Oh.
With a brain like that, he's not going to be very helpful around the house.
Repeat after me, please. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Just the bride and groom, thank you.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Before I pronounce this blessed union, is there any amongst you who has just cause or reason why Leon and Sophia should not be joined in eternal wedlock? Then, with the power invested in me as Chief Magistrate of the village of Kulianchikov, I now pronounce thee...
Well, maybe there's one tiny little thing.
You have an objection to this marriage?
You bet I do. This boy is not my son. This son is not my boy.
What are you saying, Father?
You think I'm crazy? Why would I give him a cute little bundle of noodles brain like her?
But the adoption papers.
They're false. You trusted me so much you didn't even read them. Here are the documents. Here are the documents as proof. I did not adopt him. I divorced him. According to these documents, we are not father and son. We are no longer husband and wife.
Dear God, my daughter almost married a divorced woman.
Leon, is this part of the plan?
No. Sophia, I'm sorry.
But fear not, dear friends, I may be a venomously treacherous snake, but I'm not a wet blanket. There will be a wedding.
My daughter will not marry an imposter.
An imposter, no, but a Zionsville, yes. You have pledged your daughter's hand in marriage, good doctor, to a Zionsville. And a pledge once given must be honored.
That is the law. I helped write it myself.
It's true. I even voted for it.
And I'm the only true Zionsville here.
Leon, will you not object to this marriage?
Sophia, what can I do? I'm helpless.
Come on, I haven't all day.
Let's get this over with. There's been a hotel room booked for this honeymoon for 200 years.
Oh, I'm sorry, daughter. With all my heart, truly sorry.
Dearly beloved.
We did that, we heard that part. I do. Ask her, she's the one.
And to you, Sophia, take Count Gregor to have at the home from this day on.
Say it, darling. You'll be rich and smart. It's better than happiness.
Goodbye, Leon. Goodbye forever. I do.
Then, with the power invested in me as Chief Magistrate of the village of Kulianchikov...
You didn't say the other part!
What other part?
Part that if anybody objects, and I object.
What's that?
On what ground?
On the grounds that I did not receive my urgent letter.
What kind of grounds is that?
I have an urgent letter! For Schoolmaster Torches.
For me? Oh, whatever could it be?
Mr. Ceremony while reading the letter.
I can't do that. It's against the law.
It's true. I even voted for it.
I'm afraid it's bad news. My uncle and sole remaining relative has just died in St. Petersburg, leaving me nothing but all of his debts.
Well, when the going gets down, it gets fast to the bottom.
He says he blames all of his misfortunes on his vindictive distant relatives, that even changing his name to Tolchinsky didn't allow him to escape destiny's finger.
What was his name before Tolchinsky?
Zionsville.
Those distant relatives will haunt you every time.
Leon, do you realize what this means?
No, what?
He will in a few minutes. Schoolmaster, go take your place next to my daughter. This time, she's gonna marry the right one.
say that at all. It's a bill from my former college saying that I still owe them for last year's tuition. Well, I have planted the bomb in their minds, and now I pray to God for the explosion.
Hurry up. Places, everybody. I do not want to spend the rest of my life marrying this girl. Now, are we ready, everyone?
Ready!
Do you, Leon?
I do.
Do you, Sophia?
I do.
If there's anyone here who objects...
No one objects!
Going once, going twice, going 3 times, that's it. I now pronounce you man and wife.
Terrible noise.
Ooh. Also smell my head cracked open.
Oh, wait. Like your what?
Like my head cracked open. I'm afraid to ask it.
Ask it.
But what if we're wrong?
What if we're right? Ask it.
Cat.
Cat. C-A-T. Cat.
Dog!
Dog. D-O-G. Dog. Miracle. M-I-R-A-C-L-E.
Get to that. 7 and 5.
12.
And 12.
24.
And 48. 72. Meanwhile, how Capra was Athens, Bucharest, Cairo, London, and
Oh, come on, you can do it.
Quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth like gentle rains from heaven.
It's beautiful. Did you make that up?
I think so. What else would it become from?
Oh, Nikolai, I feel funny. Weak in the knees. Any dizziness in my head.
It's all right, my dear. Your blood is just pulsating for the excitement. Sometimes that can cause the adrenal glands to oversecrete, resulting in a sudden rush to the head.
I never realized you were such a brilliant doctor.
I'm just an average doctor. I worry about you because I love you, my dear.
And I love you, Nikolai. Even when I couldn't say it, in my heart, I knew I loved you.
Leon, are you now as you were before I became what I am?
More than I ever could have dreamed to be.
I love you, Leon.
I adore you, Sophia.
You mean it's over? The curse is over?
See for yourself, Count Gregor.
Should have put my money in land. You can never go wrong with real estate.
It depends, of course, on the political situation. In a czarist government, land reform is a delicate issue.
Brilliant conversation. All my power is gone.
Power is a useless tool over the enlightened, Count Gregor. We are all equal citizens here.
You mean men are equal citizens here. Women have been subjugated long before there were any curses.
Lydia, you know I love you. That is a very radical point of view.
It was your faith and courage that won over ignorance.
No, it was your pure of heart and kind soul, not my puny efforts.
I don't wish to argue the point, Leon. I just think you should allow me room to express my own views.
I welcome your views, but I do not think you should be so adamant until you have all of the facts.
Well, you got your wish, schoolmaster.
Yes, and what will you do now with your newfound intelligence, Count?
Well, thanks to you, I'll probably have to work for a living now. Well, cousin, my congratulations. I wish you a long and happy marriage.
Well, thank you, and I wish you the same good fortune.
Please, I've been cursed once in my life. I know when I'm alive.
Well, be honest. Haven't we all met someone from a place like Kolyenchikov? You know, an aunt, an uncle, a neighbor, your boss. And once the curse was lifted, we became like any other small town in any other part of the world, susceptible to the ups and downs of normal life. The magistrate, for example, after 2 more years in office, went to jail. He was caught taking bribes for political favors and sold his memoirs for a fortune.
'It was your faith and courage that won over ignorance.
More than I ever could have dreamed to be.
I don't wish to argue the point, Leon. I just think you should allow me room to express my own views.
I welcome your views, but I do not think you should be so adamant until you have all of the facts.
Well, you got your wish, schoolmaster.
Mishkin gave up the postal service and became a writer, and wrote a 600-page story about the curse of Kuyenchikov, and sent it off to a publisher. Unfortunately, it got lost in the mail. Yenchina, a very shrewd businesswoman, bought 17 houses in Kuyenchikov, including Count Gregor's, and as a future investment, bought land in 6 other towns with curses. Slavich, well, she bought 4 butcher shops in a town that really only needed 1 and went bankrupt in a month, confirming her worst fears that even with some intelligence, she had no brains at all. Snetsky, though, with his newfound intelligence, did find his sheep and sold his wool and is now a wealthy philanthropist. Count Yusukevich became more and more lovable and even studied theology. He is now the town monk. And in the dry seasons, he goes up on the hill and prays to God to throw water down on us. My dear mother-in-law, Mrs. Zubritsky, found a voice of her own, becoming the first woman mayor of Kuyenchikov and eventually consul governor to the northern Ukraine sector. Her husband sees her by appointment only. Dr. Zubritsky, well, he became the personal physician to the Russian royal family and was recently elected into the College of Sciences. Unfortunately, though, he still does have trouble opening up jars. Sophia was, and still is, a miracle. That's not to say, though, we don't have our differences and that every day is blissfully happy, but she has taught me that no matter how bad the world can get, it can always be overcome by the pure of heart, and has in turn become my teacher. Well, and as for myself, I remained a schoolmaster for the rest of my days. Because, well, there are so many places like Kuyenchikov in the world.
In